Okay, I think we are ready to start. Hi everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Christian Racca. I'm a senior engineer and program manager at Topics. Welcome in this informative session about Impact Deal Acceleration Program. I'm really happy because this is one of the first chance we have to meet some of the potential participants in the new edition. So glad to have you here. Welcome, and let's make this session as much as useful as possible. Okay, we have a presentation, a few slides. We have 1 hour to spend together, and the purpose is pretty straightforward. So the goal is to provide you with as much as information as possible about the new edition of Impact Deal. This is the agenda we prepared for you. So a bit of welcome, a few words about the Impact Deal, the vision, the mission, and particularly we will present the new call for impact enterprises. Basically, what are we looking for? What do we offer? And we will present a bit the application process, basically how to apply to our acceleration program. There will be space for questions from you guys, so don't be shy. Use the chat in order to interact with us, and we will have some closing remark at the end. I know that, let's say, in the new normal, in the post-COVID, we are all web conferences ninjas, something like that. But let's remember to be polite in this conversation. So use the chat as much as possible to interact with us. Be sure to keep your microphone muted in order to not produce any noises. We are recording this session because we want to make it available for future usage and for future seeing in for other people not able to attend. And we are using English because our acceleration program is open to impact enterprises from all around Europe. So English will be the basic language. Okay, let's start with a very basic definition about what impact deal is, and we have this definition here. So impact deal is a data-driven acceleration program for impact enterprises, corporates, and organizations. And the impact deal names come from the fact that you want to create a deal between heterogeneous subjects for the generation of positive, measurable, and let's say societal and environmental impact according to the Sustainable Development Goals definition by United Nations. More in details, we have two main goals for our acceleration program. The first one is to unlock the real value of private data assets by promoting data collaboration projects and validating new return models on data, basically to impact projects. And the second big goal that is probably more related to you guys is about to boost impact enterprises by leveraging this data and working on a scalable acceleration path, but based on data, of course, training and mentorship. These are the stakeholders for Impact Deal. As you can see, the project is promoted by CRT Foundation and OGR Torino. We have the key partnership by Microsoft. I work for Topics, and Topics is the operational partner in the project. We also have a great scientific partner because we are talking about data analytics. So it is very, very useful having such kind of expert. And we have impact partners helping us to promote the program, to spread the vision of Impact Deal, particularly Ashoka, this big network of change makers, and Impact Hub. We also have a second group of partners, not less important, definitely, because they are the key value for this program. I'm referring to the Data Club, but I will present them later in this presentation. Well, the The Impact Deal program is an hybrid program, meaning that we have some part in presence in Torino, Italy, and some parts remotely, basically online. And as a main location for this great acceleration program, we have a wonderful location that is OGR Torino. And we are here to briefly speak about OGR Torino, but more in general about CRT Foundation and OGR that are the main promoter of the program, Matteo Pessione, that is the OGR Tech Coordinator. Matteo, are you here?
Thank you. Thank you, Christian. Good evening, everyone. As Christian said, I'm Matteo Pessione, and I'm in charge in OGR Tech, in OGR for the coordination of the OGR Tech activities. And moreover, I work also for CRT Foundation, that is the main partner, the promoter of this initiative. And I work in CRT Foundation in the innovation project field. Before giving the floor back to Christian, I would like just to spend a few words related to OGR and CRT Foundation. Consider that CRT Foundation is a banking foundation. It is the third foundation in Italy, considering the financial asset. We manage nearly 3 billion euro of financial asset, and with the return of the investment, we support initiatives like Impact Deal. OGR Tech, instead, is a company created by Fondazione CRT nearly 4 years ago. And considering OGR Tech, we could say it now that just after 4 years, now we are the biggest innovation hub in Italy in terms of the number of innovation programs that we manage, and Impact Deal is one of those programs. Moreover, we could say that in 3 years, we catalyzed more than 240 million euro on the startup that followed the several programs that we manage. Consider that during the year, we support more than 120 startups, small and medium enterprise, or scale up. Going directly to the collaboration between OGR Tech and Impact Deal project, OGR will be the physical headquarters of the project, but moreover, we will furnish activities related to networking, support to connection with potential investor, and also considering the other partner that Christian will present you in the next slide. We involved during the first 2 years of this program several partners like Team, Wind, and so on that are ready to share data to support the growth of the organization that will be selected by Impact Deal. But I think that it's important to go to the focus of this meeting. And so I would like to give back the floor to Christian to go more in depth in the feature of this project and to answer to all your questions. Thank you all for the participation.
Thank you, Matteo. Really appreciate your contribution. And by the way, let me add that being in OGR Torino is a great value for Impact Deal because of the network, because of the amazing location, because of the fact, as you mentioned before, that you can meet some great corporates, great organizations, a lot of potential investors. So again, this is a great networking value we can leverage together for our acceleration program. Okay, let's move to other information about the Impact Deal. Well, actually, we mentioned at a lot of time the word impact. So, what kind of impact we are referring to? Well, as I already said, the framework, the reference framework is the SDG, as the European the United Nations defined, so the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Even we have some key priorities that we summarized in this slide here. So basically, the climate change or climate in general, energy, food, reducing inequalities, and societal well-being. What does it mean? Well, again, these are super wide challenges, and probably most of your business are already in one of these key priorities. If not, please, again, don't be shy and challenge us in order to see if you are, let's say, ready for our acceleration program. Talk to us, write to us, use this, let's say, conversation channel in order to understand if your startup is addressing one of the challenge we are considering as a key priority for our program. But definitely, in this slide, you can see a lot of potential challenges and areas to work. So I'm sure that your business is already included in this definition. Matteo already said some great names, and as you probably remember, before I mentioned that second group of impact deal key partners. Basically, we have this data club, and the data club is one of the, let's say, added value in our program. Particularly, Data Club is an open group of public and private organizations that decided to support our acceleration program, and particularly you guys, meaning that they are able to share their data, their proprietary data, meaning not only open data, but even some proprietary data, with the selected enterprises in the program. We started with 4 big corporates, or better, 3 big corporates and 1 municipality. So in the first edition of Impact Deal, we had City of Turin, Sella Bank, Snam Foundation, and Team. And this year we have 3 great new entries. Bioenerys, that is another company related to Snam. Wintred is another great telco, as you probably know, and the Datapil company. Datapil company was already part of the program in the first edition as impact partners, and this year they decided to join us as Data Club members. Again, meaning that they will provide data to you. And later in the presentation, we will show the data, or at least we had some details about what kind of data they will share. We are approaching the second edition of the program. Last year, we ran the first edition with about 40 applications from 8 countries. We selected 12 enterprises for the first stage. Impact Deal is divided into stages, as we will see in a minute. And these 7 logos here are for the startup that were selected for the second part of the program and that arrived to the end of Impact Deal. Maybe some of you already know some of these great companies. We are really, really proud of their work last year, but I'm sure that you can do better this year. And I mean, happy to collaborate with you guys in the next few months. Okay, let's have an overview about the second edition of Impact Deal, particularly to the call for impact enterprises. That is a European-based call, meaning that we are accepting applications from all around Europe. The goal is to select a bunch of impact enterprises that we will start acceleration stage 1. We will see later dates and the time span for each stages. Basically, the first stage is about preparing you to work with the data that Data Club members will provide in the second stage. Between the first stage and the second stage, there will be a data pitch event, an event where you will pitch not for money, as in usual startup competition or startup event, but you will pitch for data. Meaning you will ask to the Data Club members for their data in order to do something of value and to create value for you guys and for them. The second stage will be longer, about 10 weeks. And the goal of this second stage will be precisely to work with the data provided by the Data Club members. And in fact, the enterprise that will access to the second stage will be selected together with the Data Club members. As in many acceleration programs, we will have a final demo day that will be the chance that you have also to present your business to some great impact investors, so to raise also money. This is a timeline you can find also on the website, impactdeal.eu, and we also have this link in the chat if you missed it. Basically, we are in the middle of the call for application. The call for application will last till April 26th, so till the end of April. We plan to start our acceleration program at the end of May with an in-presence kickoff 2 days. Then there will be 4 weeks of online work. You will see later the commitment for this first stage. We will have a bootcamp, a 3-day bootcamp at the end of phase 1, and the last day there will be the data pitch. That is the event I mentioned before, where you will ask for data to the club members. Only the selected enterprises, meaning a subselection of the enterprises that entered in stage 1, will have access to stage 2 of the program. Stage 2 will start in September and will last till the end of November. Okay, this is more or less the timeline for the program. Then more information will be shared more precisely in the next few weeks. A quick overview about what you will have to do in each stage. Well, in stage 1, as I said, the goal is to prepare you to work with the data provided by the club. Last year, we had an intensive training about data science and data analytics. We decided to tune a bit this training. So there will be again training, but will be more use cases oriented in order to create some best practice and to share some good stories about data collaboration. So basically, the stage 1 will be this use cases presentation plus some additional lectures and workshop where you will be asked to work with your data value proposition. Okay. Again, this stage 1 will be mainly remote, apart from the kickoff that will be in presence 2 days in Torino, Italy. At the end of the stage 1, there will be this bootcamp 3 days with a lot of mentors and a lot of one-to-one mentorship session in order to prepare you for the data pitch. Okay, data pitch will be an event where you will, let's say, pitch your enterprise, your startup, adding the value that you will generate with the data through the data access. Then, of course, only the selected enterprises that will be announced in the next weeks will have to sign for the NDA in order to access the data provided by the data club members. And by the way, and very important information that is not written here, but there is not a, let's say, one-to-one connection between a startup and data club members, meaning that you can ask the data to different or to more than one data club members, and you can combine the data maybe from a telco and from a bank. And I mean, if you work with data, you can imagine that this is a unique opportunity that you have as part of this acceleration program. It's not very common to work at the same time with data from a team or sell a bank or a team and a energy corporate like Snam Foundation and so on. So this is the unique value we are providing you in the program. Stage 2, starting in September, again with a kickoff 2 days in person in Torino at OGR Torino. Then again, most of the time will be spent working on the data at home as a kind of homework, and we will provide more mentorship related to the business and related to the data in order to help you to find the best value, to unlock the real value from the data you received inside the data the impact deal. And also we will prepare you for the final demo day. And this year, the great news is the fact that in Torino, precisely in November, we will have one of the biggest event about impact investing in Europe. The EVPA Impact Week will be in Torino, will be in OGR Torino, and our demo day will be part of this great event. So it will be an incredible stage for your business, for your enterprise, because you have the chance to pitch not only in front of Italian impact investors, but also in front of international business impact investors. So let's grab this opportunity together. A slide to show you the commitment we are requiring in order to participate in the program. Again, I said that most of the program will be online. For the stage one, we have about 5 days in person in Torino, and we will provide you, as you will see later, a financial aid in order to take care of travel expenses. And more or less the stage one in terms of training will be about 16 hours of online training, and we ask for 80% of attendance to this event. The second stage is more flexible. Again, about 4 days in person in Torino, basically the kickoff and the demo day. Most of the time then is about you, meaning that as much as you can benefit from the mentorship, again, data and business mentorship, and as much as you work on the data, the better will be the result that you will obtain. Okay. By the way, all these information are on the website, so you can browse on the website, or you can ask to us if something is not clear, and then later in this session we will have time for answering your question. Who are we looking for? So, what are the requirements for the enterprises that we admit in the program? As you can listen here, we are using impact enterprises, not only impact enterprises. And in fact, our requirement in this sense, particularly the first line of this slide, is about enterprises that are, from the startup to the small, medium enterprises. We want that these enterprises are already established or incorporated. We want enterprises that are operationally based in Europe, not only European Union countries, but let's say more in general geographical Europe. You can see on our website the entire list of eligible countries. Basically all the European countries apart from Russia in this case. We are looking for enterprises that already started a minimum viable product or a prototype, and you are approaching the testing and the validation. Enterprises with a solid and well-balanced team, because basically we don't have time to train you about the data analytics and so on. So we prefer or we are looking for enterprises with already those skills in the team. Of course, we are looking for enterprises aimed at growing and scaling by means of data and artificial intelligence, and probably this is the most important one, aimed at generating an intentional and measurable positive social impact. If you remember the slide before, probably being aligned with one of the Sustainable Development Goals and matching one of our key priorities. Of course, we have to select probably some great enterprises. So we also have some welcome attributes for our impact enterprises. In this case, we prefer to work with corporates less than 5 years. But again, I want to underline this point. If you are older than 5 years, you can apply. Definitely, you can apply. We prefer to work again with the startup or enterprises with a solid background in artificial intelligence, data science, or data engineering. If you already have some great ideas about how to use the data provided by the Data Club, you will have the space for including this note in the application form. And if you already have some experiences with social impact measurement, this experience will be very, very welcome. All this information are included in the official regulations that is available on the impactdeal.eu website. So you can browse, explore, read it, and again and again. Feel free to ask if something is not clear. What we offer to the selected enterprises. Again, there is a distinction between stage 1 and stage 2 for all the enterprises that we selected at the end of the call for input enterprises. We do offer 4 weeks of online training, use case driven, the opportunity to attend this final bootcamp with a lot of mentor and one-to-one mentorship, the opportunity to pitch in front of Data Club members. So basically access to an impact community, relationship with our partners, some training and mentorship, and as I mentioned before, a financial aid about 2,000 euros to cover travel expenses to travel from your city to Torino and to stay here for the time for kickoff and closing events. If you were admitted to stage 2 of the program, then you will have access to the data provided by Data Club members, 3 months of additional field expert mentorship on the data and on the business, the chance to attend the final demo day, lot of networking and visibility opportunities, investment opportunities. I want to remark that Impact Deal is equity free, so you can participate to our program and also to other acceleration program if it is admitted. And for the second stage, we have an additional financial aid covering traveling expenses for an amount of 3,000 euros. Okay, as a, let's say, final bonus, you will have also access to a couple of weeks of or a month. I don't remember, Matteo, you are already connected. How long is the OGR membership that we can offer to our selected enterprises?
It's usually after the acceleration program, we offer to scale up, startup, or small and medium enterprise, 2 months of free membership to stay in OGR Tech. So you will be able to go on, for example, with connection or interaction with the corporate, the partner, but maybe also with the financial investor.
Excellent, excellent. Again, if you were in OGR Torino, you can understand the value of this opportunity. Thanks, Matteo, for being precise in this slide. Okay, a couple of additional information about the data, because again, you apply for Impact Deal basically because you can access to the data provided by the Data Club. So show me the data, or let's add some additional information about the data you will find inside the program. SNAM Foundation and Bioenergies are, let's say, deeply connected with the SNAM, that is an energy corporate based in Italy. So the data in this case are about energy poverty, welfare about the employees of this corporate, but also sustainable agriculture, particularly about the bioenergy case, and also biomethane chain. But let's say that in general, these 2 corporates here, these 2 Data Club members, are focused on energy. As you remember, we have a bank, Sella, that is one of the largest bank group in Italy. Of course, in this case, the data you will have access is about customer transactions and movements with a very precise indication about the merchant category. This data will be very useful if you have to create or to understand better your potential market, if you have to define a business target, and so on. we also have the access to data about ESG investments that are very useful for impact enterprises like you. Then we have two telcos operators, and let me say that with these two telcos, basically we are covering almost the 100% of the Italian country, and they are providing some similar data, basically the anonymized and aggregated subset of the data generated by the SIM, the SIM in Italian. So these data is about the mobility of the people around Italy. Even if you are not an Italian enterprises, this data is very useful, because you can of course create your proof of concept project. You can understand how the data of a telco is useful for you, and basically you can replicate in other countries after this participation. So even if you are not an Italian corporate, there are plenty of reasons you should apply to Impact Deal. As I said to you before, Data Pill Company is a kind of new entry in the Data Club, even if they participated already last years as an impact partners. Their data are very accurate about point of interest, because I mean their main focus is about tourism. So we have a lot of qualitative and quantitative information about some point of interest. You can imagine that mixing this information with mobility information, and maybe with bank information, with financial information, can be a huge value for a startup, because you can access an incredible amount of information about real people, okay, about your target, about your business. We have a municipality, the city of Torino, that is participating in the program. Of course, in this case, we have the access to the huge amount of open data that the city of Torino is collecting, but they are open to share with you also some additional data, not publicly open, based on the type of your business, on the type of your startup. Particularly, we are involving also some corporates and some organizations that are related, that are part of the city of Torino, that are participated by the city of Torino. Okay, again, you will find all the information on the website, the list of Data Club members. All the information I said you before are in this page, Call for Impact Enterprises. So basically, the next step in this session is to quickly share with you how to apply to our program. And to do this, let me introduce you my colleague Chiara Bergioretti, that will show you in a few simple steps how to apply to the program.
Okay, thank you, Christian. And yes, as mentioned, I will take you through briefly through the application process in order to let you further understand how what implies the application process and also the time needed. So Christian, please. Starting from our website, you can discover the call from the web page, from the home page, and then clicking in new call, you can have the button apply. Starting from this button, you can be directly sent to the platform we choose to support the application process. As you can see, we selected F6S as platform to collect all the application and all the details. And the first step is to create an account on the platform. This is mandatory in order to submit an application on the platform. So it's important, if you don't have it already, you have to sign up free, of course. After the creation of the account, you can search for Impact Deal 2023, and then you can find our acceleration program. And by clicking to apply, okay, here you can find all. Okay, by clicking to apply, you can be directed directly in the page of the application. Here you can find even more information about the program. You can also see our alumni if you want to have a look to our previous enterprises. And then by clicking to connect with Christian, you can start filling in your application. Here we have a few questions. Of course, the platform F6S already asked you for some information about the startups. You have to upload a video and also information about funders. This section is precisely focused on the questions of our acceleration program. First of all, we want to know you better. So we will ask a few information that are, of course, important for us. For instance, legal name and the year of establishment, referring to the requirements Christian mentioned before. And then it's important for us to know if you are an enterprise with a certain head count and with an annual turnover less or equal to 50 million. Of course, this question is yes or no. If it's no, you cannot go further in filling the information, since it's mandatory to stay in that in those requirements. Then we will ask you the numbers in order to confirm your previous answer. About the geography, we welcome enterprises from all over Europe. You can see all the eligible country here below. Basically, we welcome enterprises from all the countries member of the Council of Europe. So this is the ratio behind our decision to select those countries. Please, Christian. Okay. Then we would like to know something about your company, about the founder, who had the idea, and why did you decide to start this company? So in order to know you better, we will ask this, and the same about the markets. It's important for us to better understand if you are already active in some markets, in which one, and also the size and the competitor you have. About the funding, of course, we welcome enterprises even if they have not been funded yet, but if you already received the funding, we would like to know if yes or not, and even details if you want. The same goes for, to patent. For instance, if you have a patent in development already submitted or approved, we would like to know it. And there is also a question on strategic partnerships agreement. For instance, if you have already agreement with some data club member, for instance, or with our partners or other public administration, and so on. Then it's important for us to understand what you consider important for your business. So the step and the milestone you achieved and in the last 6 months, and that you consider important to let us know. So we would like you to write down some milestone you reached. About social media, this question, I think it's quite simple. We don't want to spam you. We only our aim is to tag you in our official channel, in the acceleration program official channel. About the skill, the team skill, this question is actually really important, because it's important for us to have an overview of the team and of the skill that the team holds, since it's important to have a balanced team, both in terms of in terms of business side, and also as concerned the technical part, since we are working with data and AI. So we would like to you to specify the different competencies you have inside them. We would like to know if you previously attended any accelerator, if you are familiar with Accelerator, and even if you are parallelly enrolled in other programs. As Christian mentioned before, since we are not asking for equities, of course, it can be that you can follow our you can attend our acceleration programs in parallel with another one. Of course, it's important, the effort. If you have effort, of course, human efforts, of course, can be feasible. The motivation, it's important for us to understand which is the motivation behind the decision to apply to our program, and also to know how do you hear about it, from social media, from friends, or I don't know. Another important question related to the team is can at least one person in the team attend the program with regular frequency? Can be a simple question, but for us it's really important to understand the commitment in the team. So we would like to have clear this aspect from you. Okay, then this set of questions is quite specific and related to the acceleration program, since are focused on how you define and measure your impact. We ask you to describe the societal environmental problem you are challenging, you are addressing, and also to specify the single SDGs you would like to match, you are working to match. And at the same time, we also ask you to present your solution, so your MVP, or even if you already have a consolidated product. How do you measure or plan to measure impact? If you already have a model to measure impact, or you are developing it, please let us know. Here you can upload a pitch deck. You can, of course, you can choose your best pitch deck and you can upload it. And okay, this set is focused on data. As you know, it's a data-driven program. So of course, we would like to know if your company is already working with data and AI. And this question is, of course, related to the one of the skills of the team. So if you are already working with data, AI, if you already are working to describe how you are working with it in order to implement your solution or advantage your business. And this question is the last question is on the data club. It's very focused on the data club, since we would like you to already think about the data club member presented can effectively provide to you, and if you already imagine a solution or how to use those data in order to make impact. And then finally, we are in in the final part, you only have to, of course, read impact deal regulation and then submit the application. What is really important in order to finalize the application is to click on connect with Christian. Otherwise, all the data are saved, but it's only a draft and the application results in progress and not finalized. If the application is in progress, we cannot consider it. So it's important to click connect and then we will receive your application. So from my side, that's all. If you have a question, I'm here.
Thank you so much, Chiara. I mean, as you can see, the form is a bit long, but we want to be sure to select the best enterprises for our program. So take your time to fill it on the website impactdeal.eu. You will also find a template in case you want to prepare your answers before. So check on the website, call for input enterprises page, download the template, you can prepare your answers and then finalize your application. Be sure again to finalize the application because at the moment we have several applications that are still in progress, not really finalized. So be sure to press the final button and connect to us. Even in this case, if you have any doubts about the effective completion of the application, simply ask to us. Okay, we are almost on time, so we have then 10 minutes more or less in case you have questions to us. The idea is we can use the chat if you have any kind of questions about our program related to your business, related to eligibility, or any other kind of information that can be relevant to have you on board in the next edition. So feel free to ask. We are here for you. Okay. Meanwhile, let me see also some participants in this conversation, just to be sure. Okay, so Ivan, we had a couple of mail exchange in the last few days, so hopefully we provided you with some good information about your potential application. You are working in the healthcare sector that is probably related to the well-being SDG. So definitely align it.
Thank you very much for the webinar. That was really informative and clear. My understanding, there aren't much healthcare providers or providers of healthcare data. So it's in our personal case, it's very important to understand the availability of data before, stealing a place to a company which can enjoy other really relevant and important data sets.
Of course. Yes, we don't at the moment. We do not have a proper healthcare company providing data related to healthcare and data club. We can discuss maybe in a one-to-one conversation if you can find in any case relevant data that we already have for your business. So again, we can discuss it later in case.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
We also see Minerva, that is probably a startup that participated last year in the, or at least that applied last year. Of course, you are welcome in case you want to apply again. Most of the let's say information are already on F6S, so happy to consider again your application. If you have additional questions, please go ahead. Okay, thanks. Wonderful. Okay. If there aren't any other question, we want to underline that this webinar will be recorded, so you can rewatch again later in case you missed some information. And let me go to the final remarks for this informative session. Again, all the information are available on our website, impactdeal.eu. The regulation, the template form, link to the F6S in case you are not so familiar with this platform. You have the chance to subscribe to our newsletter. We are not a serial spammer, so we provide let's say the information that are relevant for this program. We have our presence on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Be sure to follow us in case. The regular email we are using for most of the conversation online is impactdeal@topix.org. So you can find it on the website, or you can take some note here. And once again, be sure to finalize your application before the end of the call for impact enterprises, April 26. Good. Thank you guys for attending this informative session. Really looking forward to meeting some of you maybe in the next months in person in Torino at OGO Torino, and have a good end of the day. Ciao, bye bye.
Bye bye, grazie.